Have you ever had the feeling that you're living a prologue? That the story of your real life, your truest, most expansive life, hasn't quite begun? That there's a version of you waiting in the wings, full of more purpose, more joy, more peace, but you just can't seem to raise the curtain? I want you to know something: that feeling is not a life sentence. It is an invitation. And that invitation is stamped, told why. Reinventing your life is not about packing your bags and moving to a mountaintop. It is not about erasing who you are. It is about returning to who you are. It is about a series of deliberate, powerful choices, beginning in this very moment. Now let us begin with the first and most profound step. You must end the negotiation with your past. I know you carry it with you. We all do. It sits in the chair beside you at breakfast. It follows you to work. It whispers to you in the quiet moments before sleep. This negotiation is a relentless internal debate where you argue with what was. You plead for a different outcome. You demand justice for old wounds. You wait for an apology that may never come. You hold your present happiness hostage to events that have already finished their course. This negotiation is a trap. It is a room with no door where you are both the prisoner and the jailer. The past, for all its joy and all its pain, is a closed account. The ledger has been written. The final line has been drawn. You cannot walk into your future while you are still trying to rewrite a chapter that has already been published. Your power does not reside in the yesterday that shaped you. Your immense and undeniable power lives in the sentence you choose to write at this very moment. Today you must find the courage to close the ledger. This is not an act of forgiveness, though that may come in time. This is an act of sovereignty. It is a declaration that you will no longer fund the present with the currency of the past. Think of it this way. You are driving a car into your magnificent future. The past is the rearview mirror. It is essential. It provides context. It shows you where you have been. But if you stare only into that mirror, you will crash. You will miss the open road ahead. You will not see the possibilities waiting around the next bend. The past is a reference point, not a residence. So how do you practically end this negotiation? You do it with a conscious, deliberate choice. You sit with yourself in a moment of quiet honesty. You acknowledge the hurt. You honor the lesson. And then you say these words to yourself. I am no longer bargaining with what cannot be changed. I release my claim on a different yesterday. I choose to invest my energy not in what was taken, but in what I can now build. You will feel the urge to reopen the talks. The mind loves familiar patterns, even painful ones. When that urge comes, gently but firmly remind yourself. The negotiation is closed. The meeting is adjourned. Redirect your focus to the breath in your lungs right now. To the light in the window. To the decision you can make in this hour. This is how you reclaim your energy. This is how you stop paying interest on a debt that life itself has already forgiven. By closing the account with the past, you unlock a vast reservoir of vitality. You free up mental and emotional space that was once cluttered with old arguments. That space becomes the fertile ground for your new beginning. It becomes the blank page for your new story. When you end the negotiation, you are not saying the past did not matter. You are saying it does not get a vote in your future anymore. The committee of what happened is hereby dissolved. You are the sole author now. So let today be the day you gently place the past on the shelf of your history. Let it be a book you can take down and reflect upon with wisdom. But not a script you are forced to reenact. Your freedom, your reinvention starts the moment you decide the past has had its final say. From this point forward, the only voice that matters is the one speaking to you in the present tense. The one that says now, the one that says next, the one that says begin. Second, you must declare a new truth to yourself. This is the very foundation upon which your new life will be built, for the landscape of your existence is shaped entirely by the bedrock of your beliefs. There is a profound principle I have carried for many years, a simple yet revolutionary idea. You become what you believe. Not what you wish for in fleeting moments of daydreaming, Not what you hope for with passive longing, but what you genuinely, deeply, and fundamentally accept as truth in the quietest chambers of your heart. Your beliefs are not mere thoughts. They are the architects of your reality, the silent directors of your choices, the magnetic force that draws your experiences towards you. Look closely now at the old truths you have been carrying. Listen to the quiet soundtrack that plays in your mind. Is it a chorus of limitation? Does it whisper, "I am not ready," or "It is too late for me," or perhaps "This is simply my lot in life"? These are not facts, they are stories. Powerful stories, yes, worn smooth from years of repetition, but stories nonetheless. And if they are stories, that means they can be rewritten. Today, you must pick up the pen and author a new one. This is an active, deliberate, and courageous act of creation. You must craft a statement so aligned with your soul's potential that it makes your old identity tremble. It does not need to be grand or complicated. It must be clear, present, and powerful. Write it down. Let your own hand form the letters. Let it be a declaration such as, "I am worthy of abundance and peace," or "My next chapter is my best chapter," or "I am guided, I am strong, I am enough." This written word is your contract with possibility. But the work does not end with the writing. You must then speak this new truth to yourself until your spirit, that essential part of you, that knows its own light, begins to recognize it as fact. Say it in the morning when you first see your reflection. Repeat it in the car, at your desk, while preparing a meal. You will feel resistance. The old beliefs, comfortable in their familiar grooves, will rise up and call you a liar. They will point to past evidence and present circumstances. In those moments, you must speak your new truth anyway. You are not lying. You are leading. You are speaking from the future self you are in the process of becoming, calling your present self forward to meet her. This repetition is not empty affirmation. It is the diligent laying of new neural pathways. It is the spiritual practice of reminding your soul of its own name. Every time you declare this new truth, you are chiseling away at the old statue of limitation, revealing the masterpiece that was within you all along. You are telling the universe, "This is who I am now." Watch how the world begins to arrange itself around this new, declared reality. Opportunities you once overlooked will come into focus. People who resonate with your new frequency will appear. Your own courage will swell, because you are operating from a foundation of chosen belief, not inherited doubt. This declaration is the turning point. It is the moment you stop being a product of your history and start being a prophet of your future. So, choose your words with great care and great love. Then, wear them like a royal garment. Speak them until they are your only truth. For you will indeed become what you believe. Believe in the magnificent person you are destined to be. Third, you must make one decision that your future self will thank you for. Understand this clearly: reinvention is not built in a single, cataclysmic event. It is constructed day by day, brick by brick, through the quiet, consistent choices that seem small in the moment, but compound into a monumental shift. The grand gesture, the dramatic leap, it has its place, but it is not the foundation. The foundation is laid in the ordinary soil of your daily life. Today, you are not being asked to overhaul everything. You are being asked to make one choice. Just one. A choice made with the specific intention of honoring the person you are becoming. This decision is a sacred signal. It is a message you send to the universe, a declaration to your own soul that the old patterns are now broken and a new direction has been set. Think of it as lighting a single candle in a dark room. The darkness does not vanish instantly, but its power is immediately broken. The flame proves that light is possible. So, what could this one decision be? It is profoundly personal. It could be the long, delayed no. You finally speak to an obligation that drains your spirit, a commitment that no longer serves the person you are evolving into. That no is not an end, it is a creation. It creates space, it creates breath, it creates respect for your own precious energy. Conversely, it could be the courageous yes you whisper to a call from your heart that you have ignored for too long. That quiesce, to the art class, to the conversation, to the application, to the walk in the woods, to the book you will write the first sentence of. It is a why yes that opens a door you have been standing before for years, afraid to turn the knob. This decision could be an action so simple it feels almost trivial. It could be deleting an app that fuels comparison and anxiety from your phone. It could be drinking a glass of water first thing in the morning, instead of reaching for distraction. It could be setting a timer for 10 minutes of silence before the world intrudes. It could be writing a single, heartfelt letter of gratitude. The scale of the action is irrelevant. The intention behind it is everything. That intention is a beam of love aimed directly at your future self. When you make this choice, you are essentially sending a gift backward through time. You are creating a moment, tomorrow or next year or a decade from now, where that future version of you will pause, look back, and say, "That was the day everything began to change. That was the first step I took toward myself." This one decision proves your commitment is real. It transforms abstract desire into tangible motion. It moves the vision of your reinvention from the realm of thought into the world of action. And here is the beautiful, practical secret. One decision makes the next one easier. One no strengthens your resolve for the next necessary boundary. One yes builds the courage for a larger leap. The momentum begins in a whisper, not a shout. So, right now, in the quiet of your own mind, ask yourself, what is the one thing I can do today that the person I am becoming will look back on with gratitude and pride? Do not overcomplicate it. Do not talk yourself out of its simplicity. Identify it. And then, with a full heart and a clear mind, execute it. Complete it. Let it be done. That single, deliberate act is the cornerstone. Upon it, you will build your new life. Arth, you must get still enough to hear the whisper. We live in a world of relentless shouting, a constant barrage of opinions and expectations, of news and notifications, of other people's agendas, and the loud machinery of daily obligation. In this cacophony, the most important voice you will ever hear, the voice of your own intuition, your inner guidance system, does not shout to be heard. It speaks in a whisper. We live in a world of relentless shouting, a constant barrage of opinions and expectations, of news and notifications, of other people's agendas, and the loud machinery of daily obligation. In this cacophony, the most important voice you will ever hear, the voice of your own intuition, your inner guidance system, does not shout to be heard. It speaks in a whisper. It is the gentle nudge, the quiet knowing, the subtle feeling in your gut or the flutter in your heart that says, "This way," or "Be careful here," or "Pay attention to this." It is not frantic or fearful. It is calm, clear, and consistent, yet we have been trained to overlook it, to dismiss it as illogical or impractical, to silence it with more noise. Your reinvention cannot be dictated by the noise outside. It must be directed by the whisper within. That whisper is your soul's compass, and it is always pointing you toward your true north, toward growth, toward healing, toward your purpose. To hear it, you must create a clearing. You must consciously withdraw from the marketplace of other people's thoughts and enter the sanctuary of your own. This is a non-negotiable practice. Today, you must commit to 10 minutes of pure, uninterrupted stillness. Not meditation as a performance, not stillness with a goal of enlightenment, but simple, quiet being. Sit alone. Close your eyes if it helps. Feel the weight of your body in the chair. Listen to the sound of your own breath, the most ancient rhythm you possess. Let the thoughts come and go like clouds passing through a vast sky. But do not chase them. Simply return to the breath. In that space of quiet, the static begins to fade. And then, from that place of inner silence, you pose the essential question. Ask not with desperation, but with curiosity and openness. Ask, what is my next right move? Do not ask for the entire map of your life. Ask only for the next step. The whisper does not reveal the entire journey at once, for that would overwhelm your spirit and bypass the growth found in trusting the process. It reveals the next right move, and you must listen for it. It may not come as words. It may be a memory that surfaces with new significance. It may be a sudden feeling of peace about a decision you have been weighing. It may be a name that pops into your head, prompting you to reach out. It may simply be a deep sense of knowing that it is time to let something go or to finally begin. This is the language of your inner wisdom. It is specific to you. You will learn to recognize its texture, its tone. It always speaks toward love, expansion, and integrity, even when it guides you through a difficult choice. Making a habit of this stillness is how you stop living by accident and start living by design. It is how you stop reacting to the loudest voice in the room and start responding to the truest voice in your heart. Every great decision of your life, every moment of authentic reinvention, was preceded by a whisper you either heard or you ignored. Today, choose to listen. Honor the whisper by acting on it. That action, no matter how small, is a sacred dialogue between you and your destiny. It tells the universe you are paying attention, and when you pay attention to that quiet voice, it grows stronger, clearer, more confident in guiding you. Soon, you will realize the whisper was there all along. A faithful friend waiting patiently for the noise to die down, so it could finally show you the way home to yourself. Fifth, you must understand that your life is your greatest teacher, not your enemy. We often view our experiences through a lens of fortune or misfortune, blessing or curse, success or failure. We see the closed door, the broken heart, the failed plan, the unexpected loss, as adversaries that have come to ruin us, to derail our hopes, and prove our unworthiness. This perspective keeps us trapped in resentment and self-pity, forever fighting against the very curriculum that is designed for our evolution. The pivotal shift in reinvention comes when you choose to see every single event, especially the difficult and painful ones, not as a random punishment, but as purposeful instruction. Your life, in its entirety, is a classroom. Every challenge is a lesson meticulously crafted to develop in you a strength you did not know you needed, to instill a wisdom you could not have gained from comfort alone, to carve out a depth of character that shallow waters could never provide. That job you lost was not the end of your story. It was a brutal but necessary lesson in humility, resilience, or perhaps a redirecting hand pushing you off a path that was too small for your spirit. That relationship that ended did not break you to leave you in pieces. It is teaching you about your own worth, your boundaries, the kind of love you truly deserve, and how to first give that love to yourself. That dream that fell apart is not evidence of your failure. It is preparing the ground for a new vision, one with stronger roots and a broader scope, one that aligns more perfectly with the person you are becoming. The pain is real. The disappointment is valid. But the meaning you assign to it is your choice. You can choose to see yourself as a victim of circumstance, perpetually wounded by what happened to you. Or you can choose to put on the glasses of a student and ask the transformative questions. What is this here to teach me? What is being strengthened in me through this resistance? What clarity has this darkness revealed? What part of my old self did I need to shed? When you begin to mine your experiences for their lessons, you reclaim your power. You stop being a passive recipient of fate and become an active participant in your own growth. The weight of the past transforms from a burden you drag behind you into fuel that propels you forward. That heritage becomes the well of compassion you draw from to understand others. That failure becomes the foundation of your future success, because you learned what does not work, and you develop the grit to try again. This is how you alchemize pain into purpose. You honor the experience by using it, by allowing it to sculpt you into someone wiser, kinder, and more formidable. Your life is not happening to you, it is happening for you. It is a divine curriculum, and you are both the student and the subject. When you finally accept this, a profound peace settles in. You stop fighting the lessons and start embracing them. You realize that every stumble was necessary to teach you balance. Every ending was a required prelude to a new beginning, and every scar is a testament to a lesson learned and a healing earned. Your past becomes a library of wisdom, not a prison of regret. And with this understanding, you can walk forward into your reinvention, not with a spirit weakened by battle, but with a soul fortified by an education only your unique life could provide. So, let us begin. Not tomorrow, not when the conditions are perfect, not when you feel ready. Begin today. In the old negotiations, declare your new truth. Make that one decision. Listen for the whisper. Learn from every lesson. Serve where you can. And from this moment forward, own your glorious story. The pen is in your hand. The blank page is this very day. Write the first word of your new life with your next brave breath. Your reinvention starts now.